Last time in part 2, in The Cat That Watches the Stairs, the family discovered that the footsteps grew louder at night, and their cat's hissing revealed a presence they could no longer ignore. Doors rattled, whispers spread through the halls, and the darkness at the top of the stairs seemed to wait, hungry, patient, alive. Now listen to the final episode. Daniel avoided sleep as much as he could. Coffee cups stacked on the counter, half-empty energy drinks littered the floor. His eyes were bloodshot, his hands unsteady, but he refused to close his eyes, because when he slept, he dreamed of the stairs and the voice, always the voice. Milo never left his post now. The cat barely ate, barely moved. His body grew thinner, but his stare never wavered. Always the stairs. Daniel realized with a growing dread that Milo wasn't guarding the stairs. He was guarding him. On the 21st night, the house reached its breaking point. The air itself felt wrong, heavy and suffocating. The shadows pooled unnaturally in the corners, refusing to lift even when Daniel turned on every light. He sat on the couch, Milo curled against him, when it began. The sound, a single deliberate footstep on the stairs, then another and another. Not hurried this time, not echoing like before. Slow, heavy, final. Daniel gripped the couch with white knuckles, eyes fixed on the stairwell. The sound grew louder, nearer. Milo bolted upright, fur on end, pupils blown wide. A guttural growl rumbled from deep in his chest. The footsteps didn't stop at the bottom step. They continued, one step, onto the floorboards. Daniel's breath hitched. He couldn't see anything there, nothing. But the air shifted. The weight pressed down harder, as though the room itself bent around an unseen figure. And then came the whisper. Not from a dream this time, not from the edge of sleep, but clear, audible, just feet away. Daniel. Daniel's body trembled, but something inside him snapped. Weeks of fear, of silence, of sleepless nights, all boiled over. "What do you want from me?" he shouted into the empty air, his voice ragged, breaking. The room fell utterly still. Then, creaking, the staircase groaned, every step shifting under an unseen weight. Not upward this time, downward, toward him. Milo lunged forward, hissing, swiping at the emptiness at the base of the stairs. His claws struck only air, but Daniel swore he heard something else, like fabric tearing or skin stretching. And then, silence again. The weight lingered, pressing harder, closer. Daniel could feel it now, on his chest, in his skull. He staggered back, clutching his head. "Leave me alone!" But the whisper came again, layered now, like more than one voice speaking at once. "Come with me." Daniel froze. The words didn't echo from the stairs this time. They came from behind him. He spun around. Nothing. Just the dim light spilling from the lamp. But then Milo's yowl cut through the air, sharp and desperate. The cat launched himself at the darkness at the foot of the stairs again, clawing wildly, fur standing on end. And for a split second, just a split second, Daniel saw something. A distortion, a shimmer, like heat rising off asphalt. But colder, sharper, and inside that shimmer, shapes. A hand, a face, watching him. Daniel stumbled backward, crashing into the couch. His chest heaved, lungs fighting for air. He thought of Margaret's words, pushed, the stairs, the fall, the death. Was that what this thing wanted? To pull him up the stairs, to finish what had begun years ago? Milo's fury reached a fever pitch. He clawed, hissed, leapt at the invisible thing with a desperation Daniel had never seen. And then it happened. The shimmer pulsed outward, slamming into the cat. Milo was hurled across the floor, his body striking the wall with a sickening thud. Daniel screamed, rushing toward him. Milo lay twisted, gasping, but his eyes still locked on the stairs, still fighting. Even broken, the cat growled, forcing his frail body upright, dragging himself back toward the stairs. Daniel's heart shattered. He scooped Milo into his arms, trembling. "It's okay. It's okay, buddy." But the cat's gaze never left the shadowed landing above. Never him, always the stairs. The whisper filled the room again, louder, closer, rattling the very walls. Daniel. This time it wasn't a request, it was a command. The shadows stretched, lengthening across the floor, reaching toward him. Daniel backed away, clutching Milo, every instinct screaming at him to run. But where? There was no escape. He felt it pressing in, the pull, the demand. And then he made a choice. He turned toward the stairs. Step by step, Daniel ascended. His legs felt heavy, each movement strained, as though he waded through water. The air grew colder, thicker. His breath fogged with every exhale. At the top, he paused. His body trembled. His arms tightened around Milo, who weakly stirred, still growling despite his broken frame. Daniel whispered to himself, "If you want me, here I am." The house groaned, the walls vibrating. The unseen weight pressed harder than ever, like hands on his back. And then silence. Utter silence. Morning light seeped through the curtains. The house was quiet, too quiet. The living room lay empty, the couch undisturbed. The coffee cups still stacked, the broken frame still on the floor. But Daniel was gone, and Milo was gone. The only thing left was the staircase. The wood bore fresh scratches, long deep gouges that hadn't been there before. As if something or someone had been dragged upward. And at the very top step, a faint stain, dark, crimson. To this day, no one stays in that house for long. The neighbors still hear the sounds at night. Footsteps where no one walks, whispers where no one stands. And sometimes, on quiet evenings, when the air is still and the lights flicker, a cat's hiss echoes from the stairs, as if Milo never stopped guarding, as if the watch continues.